Hello everyone, and welcome to round 11 of the GT300 League at vrroom.org. Penultimate race of GT5 at VRroom. And on pole position we have this man, which is Jordan, 22 from Essex, fresh from his win in the previous round. Second on the grid, race 42, excellent qualifying by him. He's really good round this track, and he'll be after a good position, good finishing position in his Celica. Third on the grid is Stuntman. Fourth is Malada. Fifth we have Slash, disappointing qualifying by him. He was on pole for the previous race. Next up is Dylan. Then we have Genobi, quickest of the Subarus, followed by Slicker. Then Mr. Green, followed by Dad Racer Rob, and finally on the back row we have Scalebreaker, and that's not because he's slow, it's because he disconnected during qualifying. Not sure he managed to put a lap in. And finally on the back we have Rayman. So this should be an exciting race. Lots of different cars on the grid, and here we go, on with the action. Oops. So we're riding on board with poleman Jordan, moving over to the right hand side of the track, left hand side of your screen, and as he defends into turn 1, race 42 trying to go around the outside, and Jordan hangs on to that lead. From race 42, Stuntman, Slash, and all pretty clean through the Mercedes arena as they get out of the fiddly part of the circuit and onto the more flowing section. And it's Jordan. Meanwhile, Genobi has gained a place at the start. Here he is, down in sixth, or up to 6th place. He used the 4-wheel drive to jump Dylan. Mr. Green up to 8th, likewise with his Subaru, and Scalebreaker is down in 10th at the moment, just passing Dad Racer Rob into the hairpin. And already Rayman off the track, so Rayman in a long way back in 12th place, but Mr. Green has just passed Genobi. Look at this frantic little battle. Genobi was up to 6th, but now Dylan is 6th, Green 7th, Genobi 8th, and this little group is going to be very entertaining when they reach the Vidal chicane. Up ahead, is that 3 abreast? It certainly looks like it, and very late on the brakes, that Celica causes collisions and havoc. We've got 2 drivers off, and one of them was Mr. Green, so he was unlucky. Scalebreaker was the other one. The Sebastian Vettel of VRroom turns into the Sebastian Loeb of VRroom. Meanwhile, this is Jordan, and he's starting to just stretch a little bit of a gap over race 42. Stunt running 3rd from Slash and Malada, and those 5 already pulling well clear. The next group is this group, and it's Slicker, Dylan and Genobi, and a lot of Subarus in that. And we can see Slicker has picked up damage, and he's just been passed there by Dylan, so Dylan up to 6th. Oh, there's someone wide, very wide in the background. I think that might have been Dad Racer Rob. And Scalebreaker down in 11th, and I'm not sure he's trying that hard. Here he is, and he's making a carbon copy pass on Dad Racer Rob in the hairpin, same as he did on lap 1. Oh! That was Mr. Green, very sideways there. I think he just kissed the gravel and loses places. This race has gone horribly wrong for him. He started well, but has dropped right back again. Meanwhile, this is Dylan, and Dylan has caught Slash. So let's see if we can work out what happened to Slash. Here he is. If we ride on board and then swap, then go back a bit. Oh, there he is, off into the gravel, and that. He did that on his own, and that was coming out of the hairpin. Now he's done that before there, and that drops him out of that lead battle and into the next battle. So we've now got 4 cars fighting for the lead. This is the rear camera of Slash, Dylan behind, then Genobi and Slicker. Well, there's some action going on there between Scalebreaker and Slicker, and Scale now up to 8th. Maybe he is trying after all. We're on board with him. Looking back at Slicker, and then behind them Mr. Green defending from Dad Racer. Using all the road at the chicane there. He must be trying. Oh, and side by side with Genobi, and so that's Scalebreaker past Genobi. The lead battler stayed fairly constant. Jordan's still edging away though in the lead, and Scalebreaker drives off the track, and that looked like it was on purpose. And that means this is Dylan. He's still 6th. Slicker is now 7th. Here we go. Oh, and running off the track slightly. Genobi back to 8th. Oh, but Breaker's coming back again, and Genobi down to 11th. What's happened to Genobi? Oh, he stopped. See if we can work out what happened there. So this is on board with Genobi. He's just been passed by Slicker in front. Sorry, not Slicker, Scalebreaker. Slicker is behind us, plunging down to turn 1. Oh, a bit of a thump there on the rear. That was Mr. Green. So Mr. Green and Genobi coming together again. Team Subaru. It's Subaru stock cars is what it is. And Genobi, really struggling, and he just brakes to a stop. So Genobi, he's going again, but put himself out of contention. Meanwhile, Stuntman is up to 2nd. Let's see if we can work out how that happened. So that was on the start-finish straight, just using the slipstream. Whoa! Race 42 tried to block, decided better of it. Here we are on board with him, and Stunt through to 2nd. But these two definitely lost touch with Jordan, who's dominating here. Pole position, led every yard so far, and has broken the toe. This is Malada in 4th place, just hanging on to the lead group. Meanwhile, in 5th, this is Slash, and he's pulling away from that gaggle, and he's dragged Dylan with him. So Dylan has escaped from that gaggle. Meanwhile, this is the gaggle. It's Scale from Slicker, from Green, from Dad Racer, and this is where the action is. 2 Celikas and 2 Subarus. And Slicker doing a good job with his damaged car. Scalebreaker way down the field. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him in this race. But, normally he just drives through the field like no one was there. But he's struggling a bit in this one. Oh, meanwhile, that was Mr. Green getting into Slicker and getting past Slicker. So we're right on board. We'll watch Mr. Green, because he's now going to come under massive attack As the cars behind slipstream their way past, here comes Slicker and Dad Racer Rob. Ooh, a bit of collisions there. Oh, and we got spinners, we got cars off. Oh, scale breakers off as well. And he's done that on his own, and oh dear, that was late call into the pits there for Mr. Green. And we have a yellow flag for that incident. And into the pits we have Mr. Green and Slicker and Genobi. Scalebreaker is undamaged. He did some donuts there under the yellow flag. Perhaps he is the Sebastian Vettel after all. And then Rayman. Now Rayman is going to get a chance to close up on the back of the field. So we're going to fast forward. We'll fast forward a bit. Oh, that was a big hit. That was Mr. Green into Dad Racer Rob, I think. Oh, and again. Oh, and we got big damage there. And that was well, I don't know quite what that was, but that was Dad Racer Rob hitting the brakes quite hard, certainly a bit harder than you needed to, and Mr. Green running into the back of him. And we're going to stay on the yellows because these guys are going to pit. So that will put Mr. Green and Dad Racer Rob to the back of the field. So we'll go forward a bit more for another try at the restart. And we'll ride on board with Jordan in the race lead. So we are now coming to the end of lap 5, 9-lap race, and it's going to be up to Jordan to lead the field away at the last corner. There he goes. So Jordan hugging to the right hand side of the track, doesn't want to be passed on the inside into turn 1. The stuntman with the slipstream. Oh, and there was a collision there between race 42, who braked a bit late, and Stunt, who braked a little bit early. And let's see if we got any damage on those cars. Just minor left rear damage for Stuntman, and race 42 has minor front damage, so he's well, he seems to have given up. Obviously not happy with that, but he was well, in my opinion, he was probably 3/4 to blame for that incident. So we have Jordan from Stunt. Malada is up to 3rd, here he is, with race 42 going out. So Malada at a podium position, but he's under pressure from Slash in his Garaya. 5th place is Dylan. This is Slicker in 6th, just touching the gravel and getting all out of shape, and that allows Genobi to get a run on him as they come up to Kumo, and nice round the outside pass by Genobi. But Slicker in nicely positioned to get a good slipstream. But look at this battle. This is Malada, Slash and Dylan, and Slash through to 3rd place in a cloud of smoke. And Dylan is looking really racy in this one. Meanwhile, look at this little lot. It's Genobi and Slicker side by side through Coca-Cola. Oh, and Slicker just touching the gravel there. Didn't really cost him any momentum. He got away with that. But now Genobi's using the slipstream as they plunge down to turn 1. Nice racing. Let's see if the Subarus can avoid hitting each other. Meanwhile, Scalebreaker are way off the track. I think he's given up in this one. He's certainly not trying. Then we've got Rayman in 11th and race 42. Oh, he's pitted. He had pretty minor damage. It wouldn't really have affected the speed of the car, but he's had that little dent polished out. Meanwhile, Stuntman is attacking Jordan for the lead, but doesn't manage to make a move stick. These two just edging clear of that little gaggle behind Slash, Malada and Dylan. Stunt all over Jordan at this point in the race, but not close enough to throw one up the inside anywhere yet. But this is going to be his opportunity, using the slipstream down into the Vidal chicane. Oh, and Stunt just running slightly into the back of Jordan, and Jordan's going to hang on to that. Meanwhile, his Slash under big pressure from Malada, and no positions changed there. Further back, this is Slicker. Oh, and there's someone off there. That was Genobi way off the track, so it's gone wrong for him. So that's Mr. Green up to 7th. Dad Racer Rob up to 8th. But Dad Racer Rob's pitted. Well, that's a surprise. Really, I don't think you need to be pitting with such minor damage, and he's giving up. Giving up any hope of anything better than 10th place, unless there's another safety car. Meanwhile, this is Jordan, still in the lead, and seemingly able to hold off everything that Stuntman can throw at him. Slash has dropped well out of slipstream range of the lead too, but he's got Malada and Dylan pressing him hard. Further back, this is Slicker and Mr. Green, and those two now battling on their own for 6th place. Genobi is 8th, with Rayman not too far behind. So it looked like Rayman was having a desperately lonely race for a while, but he's moving up through the field. Meanwhile, this is the battle of the moment, and it's Malada and Slash side by side through Bit Curve, and they've slowed each other up slightly there. Neither of them getting the slipstream. Oh, Malada just tucking into the slipstream, but here comes Dylan on the outside. Can't quite see him, he's just off shot. He's got the inside for the chicane, and Slash very wide into the chicane, and that slows Dylan up, and it concertinas them even more. Good racing by those three there. There was plenty of opportunity for them to tangle, but they gave each other room. And that's what we like to see. Meanwhile, further back, here's Slicker and Mr. Green, and Mr. Green nicely placed. But we need to look at this, because Dylan going for the outside at turn 1, but Slash hangs on to that 3rd place, and Malada is side by side with Dylan for 4th, and we're already on the last lap. Fantastic racing for 3rd place here, and Dylan holds off Malada, so Dylan's still 4th, but he's under big pressure again. Meanwhile, Slicker also held off Mr. Green, so Slicker's still 6th. And Malada getting the back out on that RX-7 as he chases down Dylan. Meanwhile, for the lead, oh no, we'll just stay with this a little bit longer, because is Malada making a move? He is. Oh, Dylan saw him coming, gave room. Oh, and they're just just touching slightly on the exit. They're slowing each other up, so Slash is getting away, but what a great fight this is. And they're still side by side all the way through the Schumacher S, and it's Malada in 4th place. Meanwhile, this is Jordan through Bit Curve, and he's got a gap on Stuntman now. And I think that should seal the race for Jordan, unless he throws it off the road. But we need to look at this battle here, because Dylan is pressuring Malada for 4th place. And here he comes using the slipstream on the inside into the Vigol chicane for the last time. Malada hanging it out side by side. They give each other plenty of room, and they're still side by side. So Jordan is going to take the race win. Stuntman 2nd, Slash 3rd, but this is the battle for 4th place, and it's going to be Malada. Dylan 5th after an excellent race by him. A bit of a breakthrough race, I would say. This is the battle for 6th. Mr. Green passes Slicker on the last lap for 6th place. Then we have Genobi in 8th, Rayman coming through in 9th. He went off at Bit Curve on the last lap, otherwise he might have passed Genobi. And then 10th place we have Dad Racer Rob, picking up his first point in only his 2nd race in the GT300s. We'll have a quick look at the old live timing to see the fastest laps, and fastest lap went to Jordan on the last lap, 2:03.1. What a race by him. Pole win, fastest lap, and never headed at any point in that race. Stuntman said his fastest lap on the last lap as well, but just couldn't hold on to Jordan. Those two in the 2:03s. Dylan also 2:03. Great race by him. Our next fastest was Malada, and then race 42. Right, I've been VR Stuntman. Thank you ever so much for watching this video, and if you haven't already done so, please check out my other videos, and also those of Mr. Higgins, because he's done some excellent videos for this website as well. Right, and if you fancy a bit of nose to tail racing, then check us out at www.vrroom.org and sign up and come and play with us. I've been VR Stuntman, and see you soon.